Hello VSG and WLS YouTube community. This is VSG Zac and I've got quite a few things to talk about today. Weights and stats, my surgiversary, non-scale victories, and I'm going to answer some food questions that were made on my week 21 video that I'm going to, and I'm also going to announce the winner of the Guess Zac's 5K Time Challenge. So here we go. My vertical sleeve gastrectomy was performed on December 17th last year. My begin weight was 392.6 pounds. Last week's weigh-in was at 278.6 pounds. Today's weigh-in was 272.2 pounds for a loss this week of 6.4 pounds. I was not expecting that because, you know, I'm 5 months into the surgery, or post-surgery, and you know, I was going to be happy with a 2-pound loss every week. That'd be just, I'd be ecstatic over that. But yeah, 6.4 pounds. Yeah. That brings my total weight loss to date since my journey began to 120.4 pounds. So that number just keeps getting bigger, and I keep loving it because I keep getting smaller. Last week, I had mentioned that I had another measurement session with my personal trainer, but I forgot to bring those measurements home with me, so I couldn't tell you what those were last week. So here's what's changed since I began my journey. My neck is down 1 inch to 15.5 inches. Each arm is down 3 inches, down to 12.5 inches. My chest went down 13 inches to 50 inches. My waist went down 16 inches to 47 inches. My hips went down from 22 inches to a measurement of 43 inches. My thighs down 6 inches to 19.5, and my calves stayed the same, but they look more muscular now, so replacing that muscle with fat, I guess. So to date, I have lost 70 inches off my entire body. That's about 6 feet. So that's a lot of skin circumference, or however you want to say that. So I'm very happy with that as well. Also, my body fat dropped from 44.6% down to 33.2%. So I'm very happy about that too. I've gone from a size 54 waist pants down to size 42, 44, depending upon the brand. And my shirts have gone down from 4XLT down to 2XLT, and this is one of my new shirts. I'm so excited. There's not a lot of, you know, extra fabric hanging around, so it's more form-fitting. I really enjoy it. So if you're friends with me on Facebook, you probably saw a picture that I posted over the weekend of my dining room table piled high with clothes that I can't wear anymore. So it was fun going through the closet and finding out what, you know, I can't wear anymore, and actually finding a couple of things that I had kept or I had held on to in hopes that one day I would be able to wear it. And there were a few items I was able to go ahead and wear. One of which is it's a leather jacket that I had when I was in high school, and I absolutely love this jacket. It's really outdated, I'm sure, at this point, but once, you know, I could zip it up. It was a little tight, but I could zip it up, so that was a wonderful feeling. So, but as far as the clothes that I was getting rid of, I had some friends that could use them, so they will be put to good use, so I'm happy about that too. I'm just happy all the way around today. This past Saturday also marked my 5-month surgiversary. Let me preface the following statement by saying that I have no concept of time. I don't. I could do something, you know, 5 years ago, I think it was last month or something, and vice versa. So, but it feels to me like my surgery took place years ago. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I mean that the first couple of weeks, you know, with all the burping and belching and trying to get all the necessary nutrients in, was probably the worst of it for me, as I'm sure a lot of other people too. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that if it feels as though a lot more time should have passed before I started feeling this much better. Does that make sense? I hope. I'm very happy with the results and everything, and I vow to spend the rest of my life living it and not eating myself into an early grave. So it's just a total, the body changes, but the mind's changing too, and it just feels so good. I mean, you spend enough time just hating yourself for, what you've become and, how you look, and it's just like a rebirth of a new person, and I'm glad I've been given this opportunity, and anyone who's thinking about it, oh man, I can't say enough about it. Just do it. Anyway, so I had some non-scale victories over this past week. Actually, this weekend, on Sunday, I had 2 different people tell me that they didn't recognize me. One was one of our tenants here in our building. The other was my friend with whom I attended Sunday's 5K event with. She was looking for me in the crowd, and I was standing right in front of her. So anyway, that was really neat to hear. Kind of wonder what I can get away with now, but I'll have to think about that some more. Also, last week I had a physical with my family doctor, and he was very pleased with my progress. As I was buckling up after all the turn your head and cough festivities, he said, "Don't you think you need to buy some smaller clothes?" And he was right, because I went out later that afternoon and went clothes shopping. That's when I realized I was down to a size 2XL t-shirt and a size 42 or 44 pant, again, depending on the brand. I stood in front of that dressing room mirror with the biggest smile on my face. I wish I had thought to take a picture, because that was truly a happy moment for me. Because my only memories of being in a fitting room have been unpleasant ones. Finding out the size or sizes that you picked off the rack aren't going to fit you, or they look like crap on you. And plus, I'd always break into a sweat whenever I was in one of those fitting rooms. I know with all the extra weight, you're warmer and everything, but I don't know if it was that and nerves, or, trying on clothes does take some physical exertion. There are times when I've been trying to lace up my shoes after having taken them off to put my tri-pants on or something, that I was just happy I didn't pass out. I haven't worn anything 2XL shirt-wise since high school, so this is major. So last week, both VSG Josh and TL, don't know TL's name, asked me to talk about some of the foods I eat at this stage in the process. Up until the time I was taking off soft proteins and could begin eating, more normal types of foods, I followed my surgeon's and my dietitian's guidelines, although it was hard because a lot of times they contradicted one another. So, that was, I hope no one else has that problem. I take things too literally. I try to follow things to a T, and one person says one thing, another person says another, and it just got a little confusing. But but I was kind of at a bit of a disadvantage when it came to getting in my protein, because I absolutely hate protein drinks and protein bars. There have been a couple of times where I found something that I could kind of sort of tolerate, but the taste would get so bad after the second or third time trying it that I couldn't continue using it. So I ended up getting rid of a lot of protein bars and protein powders, and as you know, those aren't cheap. But I couldn't eat them. There was just no way. And my beef with protein drinks is that, in bars, is that, and I don't mean to sound gross, but it's like the way it smells when it comes out of your system is, to me, the same way they taste going in. It just has a really, okay, you get my point. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But anyway, suffice to say, I had to find other ways of getting protein. So I tried many types of different yogurt. I ate the Oikos for a while, but it wasn't low fat. So then I tried the 80 to 100 calorie yogurts. But all I can taste in those is like a chemical, like sweetened flavor. And I know they use all those different artificial sweeteners and everything, but you know, it's so, I hate the taste of it. I really can't stomach the taste of that type of sweetener. So I kind of cut those out too. So yogurt's kind of out. But there were also lots of foods pre-surgery that I thought I'd be able to enjoy post-surgery, just in much smaller amounts, and that really didn't happen. The big one for me was bread products. After surgery, I could not stomach bread. I mean, today I still can't stomach bread. Even like the sandwich thins, I've tried those, even toasting them to really like a cracker consistency. Can't do it. I don't know. And a lot of this could be mental too. I don't pretend not to, you know, have my quirks, but I just cannot eat them. Now, it's changed a little bit since surgery. There are some bread products that I can eat in very limited amounts, but you know, in my mind, it's probably not a good thing that I can eat the bread now, because I probably should stay away from bread products altogether. So I'll do it sparingly. I'm telling you this background because I'm so glad that I found some things that I enjoy eating that I'm going to share with you here in a second. But when it comes to eating, unless I'm preparing a meal for like a family, I typically don't have a sit-down kind of meal. My sleep is still very restrictive, and I can't eat more than a quarter cup to a half a cup at one sitting. So I found foods that are convenient, or I make them convenient, and that I can eat, you know, whenever I feel hungry or when I remember to eat. Not sure what happened there. My video screen kind of just froze up, so I had to start a new one. Anyway, so there are days where, you know, you can get busy and you kind of forget to eat because your stomach is no longer shouting at you, hey, feed me. But I usually remember to get my required protein amounts and my daily liquids into. So since I either seem to hate or I'm unable to eat certain types of foods, what am I eating at this stage in the journey? Well, here are my current staples. Staple number one, cheese. Cheese, and more cheese. I get these little blocks of Kraft 2% Kojak cheese, and it's like a 7-ounce bar. But what I do is I get maybe 6 or 7 of these a week, and chop them up into little planks like this. Kind of like this thing's not. And basically, like 3 or 4 of these is equivalent to an ounce. So I'll have an ounce at breakfast. I'll take about 3 ounces with me to work to snack on throughout the day, and I'll probably have 2 ounces when I get home. So, you know, that's 48 ounces of let's see, there are 8 ounces of protein. I'm sorry, 8 grams of protein per ounce. So that's like, you know, 48 grams of protein in cheese alone. So it has like, you know, 6 grams of fat, I think, per serving. But it also has calcium. And that's important because I always forget to take my calcium supplements. So this kind of makes up for that. Let's see. Next thing. Oh, okay, number 2. And I mentioned these before, so please don't laugh. But pork rinds. Okay? I love something crunchy, and this fits the bill for me because each half-ounce serving of the pork rinds, and this is pretty much across the board, will have 7 grams of protein and no carbs whatsoever. Again, 5 grams of fat, but you know, a half ounce isn't a lot. It's hard to eat a lot of these anyway, just because of its texture, but it's crunchy. It's got a good flavor to it. This brand right here, I found this at Big Lots of all places, and it was like less than $1 a bag. They haven't had them lately, so but I really like this brand because they're really light and airy, and it has kind of like a Tabasco kick afterwards, and it's really, really enjoyable. So the next thing I have is Vitamin Water Zero. I drink a lot of this stuff. This is they call it Squeeze. It's the lemonade flavor. If I can get that right. And then this is my favorite though, XXX Acai Blueberry Pomegranate. As you can tell, I've already started drinking some of that. Those are awesome. I mean, always drink lots of water too, but this kind of breaks up the monotony of water. So, oh, okay. This right here. I can't figured it out. Backyard Southern style seasonings. This stuff is awesome. It is low sodium. Um, let's see, it adds a ton of flavor, and I use this every time I cook out on the grill, or even if I bake or fry, and it can be for any kind of beef, chicken, or fish. It's good on everything, and it's even really good on vegetables too, and even on salads. I've used it on everything. You know, I work for an EDI company, and one of our customers manufactures this, and she sent me a sample of something about 3 or 4 years ago, and I have been using it ever since. I mean, I will not use anything else but this. They have a couple different flavors, I think, still, but this is just their regular southern style backyard seasoning. So they don't distribute it in my area, so I have to get it through Amazon.com, but they sell it as an add-on item. So it's like, you know, you can't really order it by itself, but if you order something else, you can add it on to it, and you don't have to pay all the extra shipping charges. So I really highly recommend this stuff. It is just awesome. And if you get it and you don't like it, send it to me. I'll use it. Okay. I am completely in love with this salsa. It is Italian rose, fresh salsa with cilantro. This is a 48-ounce jar, and it lasts me about 2 weeks. I'll grab like a half a serving of baked Tostitos scoops, and I'll just load it up, each one of the scoops up with this stuff. It is so good. I get this at Sam's Club, and it's just awesome. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, I figured this up earlier. This whole container, 225 calories. No fat, no protein, but like 40 grams or 48 grams of carbohydrates for the entire thing. So, I mean, it's nice and chunky and lots of vegetables in there. So it's kind of a roundabout way of getting some vegetables in too. As I kept telling myself that. Okay, next. Veggie Sticks. I don't know if you've had these or not, but these are awesome. Again, it's the whole crunchy thing for me. If this bag looks big, it is. It's huge. What I'll do is when I get a bag and I open it up, I'll portion these out into either ½ ounce or 1 ounce servings. So that way, you know, it's portion control, keeps them fresher longer, that kind of stuff. And that's part of making things convenient. Portioning out larger bags like this into smaller portions, cutting up cheeses and things like that. I mean, you know, you can buy cheeses that are already cut up, but it's a lot more expensive. So, but these are really, you know, the crunch factor, it's awesome. And the last thing that I have really isn't a food, but I never leave home without them. It's the Altoids Smalls. They have this is peppermint. They have cinnamon and I think spearmint too. These things are great. I mean, you know, if you're eating a lot of cheese, pork rinds, and salsa, you know, you're going to have dragon breath. So it's always a good idea to have these on hand. But they're really, really tiny, and you know, it'll pinch between your cheek and gum, and it stays there forever. I mean, when I go to the gym, I will like pop like 3 or 4 of these in my mouth, and they're still there when I finish my workout. So I mean, they last a long time, and it's good for fresh breath. So that's pretty much. I mean, it's not a lot of different things, but I mean, that's what I'm eating. And who's to say that my tastes won't change here soon? But I mean, for right now, these are suiting me just fine. And you know, how I'm doing it is working for me. I mean, you may not like these kinds of foods, and you know, if you were to get them and eat them, there's no guarantee, you know, that you'll lose weight too. But it's working for me, so I'm going to keep going with it. So thanks for asking, guys. I appreciate the inquiry. So now it's time to announce the winner of my special prize package. I'd like to thank, let's see, who all guessed here. VSG Kirk, Ryan's Journey, Austin Hoshino, also known as Mike, Tina Marie RNY, Mike McDonald, I'm going to mispronounce this, Gino Mai, I'm sorry if I butchered that, and Mayvet VSG. I love that name, Mayvet. That's really, I like that. Anyway, thank you all for taking a guess. My first 5K time was clocked in at 47 minutes and 27 seconds. The 5K this Sunday, I'm proud to say that I clocked in at 43 minutes and 2 seconds, which is 4 minutes and 24 seconds faster than my first 5K. So that means that with a guess of 42 minutes and 30 seconds, Tina Marie RNY is the winner. So congratulations, Tina Marie. Send an email with your address, and I will get your prize pack out to you as soon as I can. There may be a few items I talked about tonight in the prize package too. Just saying. But thanks for everybody for playing. I'm gonna keep trying to beat my times and start running more. I think I'm gonna get into that a little bit more. Thanks to everyone who watched until the end. I know it was a long video, especially for me. I usually try to keep mine around 5 to 8 minutes, because everybody's got things to do and other people to watch. But if you stick with me, I appreciate it. Congratulations to all those who are having their procedures this week, and for those who just recently had them, congratulations. And it's going to be a great experience. I really hope it is for you, like it has been for me. And remember, nothing tastes as good as being healthy feels. So we'll see you next week. Bye. Okay. I better go.